The advantages of being a charismatic person are so many that it would even be unethical to mention them all if it weren't possible to teach anyone to be like that. Some people aren't charismatic simply because they don't understand what it means to be charismatic, while others are charismatic without even knowing what they're doing to be that way. Hello everyone, is everything fine? My name is Gabriel, and this is the Be Amazing channel. A charismatic person isn't someone who makes you see them as an unreachable superior being, but rather someone who allows you to relate directly to them and still feel good in their presence. However, the widely propagated myth is that charisma is something you're born with. Either you have it or you don't, and that's completely wrong. Charisma is a skill like any other and requires practice, but anyone can learn it. Another myth is that you need to be attractive to be charismatic, when in fact charisma itself is something that makes you more attractive. Beauty is relative, but several famous figures known for their charisma throughout history didn't exactly fit the beauty standard, such as Gandhi or even Martin Luther King. People relate better to those who are similar to them, and dazzling beauty, while it may be admired, is hardly related to charisma. The third most propagated myth is that you need to be naturally extroverted to be charismatic, when in fact research has shown that it's clearly possible to be a charismatic introvert. Now let's get to the advantages. Just the obvious fact of making people like you more would be reason enough to develop your charisma. And being charismatic also makes people trust you more and want to be led by you. Additionally, charismatic individuals have a greater chance of success in the job market, whether it's getting a new job, a promotion, a salary increase, or even reducing the chances of being fired, even if they're not the best employees in the company. Romantic life is more satisfying, and influence over others is greater. The three central elements of charisma are power, warmth, and presence. People look for signs of power in three ways: appearance, reactions, and primarily body language. If you have power, others need to know whether you'll use it for or against them, and that's where warmth comes in, showing that you're a friend and not a threat, mainly through your behavior and again body language. Presence is what genuinely combines the two, by demonstrating a real interest in the other person. To master these three elements, the first step you should take is to get out of your own way. If you're uncomfortable with yourself, you won't be able to make other people feel comfortable around you. So let's fix your internal part first, so you can project this well-being externally. First, recognize that we all go through internal discomforts. It's normal. Don't let it become torment. To help, you can think of other people who have gone through a similar situation, especially people you admire. In case of doubt, use the technique of rewriting reality. Your mind can't perceive the difference between reality and fiction, which is why we cry when we watch an emotional movie, for example, even though we know it's not real. So let's suppose a speeding car crosses your path, almost causing you to crash your car. You can look at it in two ways. One is thinking about how irresponsible that person is and all the curse words that come to your mind, so you'll be quite irritated, which will end up ruining a good part or even your entire day. The other way to react is to imagine that it was a mother rushing her child to the hospital. You'll never know the true answer, so why not choose the one that makes you feel better? Another important technique is to prepare for future situations in advance and visualize successful outcomes. This technique is standard among athletes, Hollywood stars, football players, musicians, and so on. Visualization is as important as preparation. A football player practicing free kicks visualizes the kick perfectly, the shot, the goal, and even the celebration moments before kicking, increasing their chances of hitting incredibly. About preparation, before major occasions, you can train in small everyday situations that require charisma but are less important, or do something that makes you feel good, like meeting a friend or engaging in a pleasant activity. If you don't have time for that, there's still a tip. Adopt a confident and expansive posture before the big moment, forcing your brain to interpret your body language as something positive concluding that you're confident, making you consequently feel good. But not all situations require the same type of charisma. There are 4 types: focus charisma, vision charisma, kindness charisma, and authority charisma. Focus charisma is acquired through presence and a good ability to listen, making people feel understood and respected. Vision charisma requires bold vision provided with full conviction. It inspires people to believe in and want to be part of that vision. Kindness charisma involves primarily warmth and acceptance, which ultimately generates emotional connection. Authority charisma is mainly acquired through the projection of power and status, which leads people to listen to and obey. You can alternate between charisma types or mix them, taking into account your personality and the situation at hand. Unfortunately, any tool can be used for both good and bad. Imagine a knife, for example. In the hands of a doctor, it can save a life, and in the hands of an outlaw, it can end one. With charisma, it's no different. The same charisma that led Gandhi to lead a movement for independence in India led Hitler to lead Germany down one of the worst paths in world history. So use this tool wisely and for good. So that was a summary of Olivia Fox's book, The Charisma Myth. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. A big hug, and be amazing.